And let's look at the process of defining products in your Business Plus accounting system. The product definition allows us several options to do things besides just listing our products, but to manage the lists of products once we've created them. We can go in and manually set the costing and pricing. This will show us all of the products that we have defined on our system with a column for the current default cost, and then each of the 5 price levels, so that we can just go in and key in whatever information we want to key in for our costing and our pricing. We can adjust prices by a %. This allows us to specify a department and or product type that we want to change pricing for, and then to adjust all prices by a fixed %. We can set our prices based on cost, assuming we're keeping accurate costs in our software or default costs. Then you can select a department and a product type and specify the % markup that you want to use. The software will then automatically recalculate all of your pricing for each price level based on the % markup that you specify in each of those fields. You can also have the software always round the prices up to an even dollar if you want. We also allow you to create unique customer pricing. Unique customer pricing represents a situation where a specified customer always gets a specific price on a product. You can see if we select the view option, this consists of defining an account and a product ID and specifying the price that we're going to charge that customer. That will override any other pricing options that are defined in the system. We can add, modify, or delete those options, which again consists of defining an account and a product ID and specifying what the specific price that customer will be charged is. We can also delete those entries or modify them, and we can print off a listing that shows us all of the currently defined customer specific pricing on the system. We also have the ability to define department types and product types. These are very similar to the customer type definitions that we looked at. We have an add, modify, and delete. With the view option, you'll notice that we have a code and a description that's available for each of those, as well as a report we can print that lists what the valid options are that we've defined. That's the same for departments and for product types. Pick list groups are a function that allows you to organize your products and present them on the internet or in your point of sale or your customer orders module so that products can be easier to find or easier to work with. If we take a look at the edit function, we can sort those by the group or the description. And you'll see that we have a group ID and a group description, as well as some other options. The HTX page option and the picture URL page option are valid for the usage with the internet software that's available to create an integrated website. For the standard software without the website, the important field is the POS enable field, because it specifies which of those pick list groups will be enabled on the main menu in Business Plus Accounting, or on the pick list group menu. And you'll also notice that the software will always create an all products group, which if you select the all products group from the pick list, it will default to the standard pick list for the product, and we'll look at that in the customer orders module. You can also print a listing of your groups or create subgroups for the web. Just like account numbers can't be changed in the standard account modify because of all the data that points to the customer's account in the software, we also can't change product IDs in the standard product modify. If you need to change a product ID, you need to use the change product ID function, which will allow you to enter the old product ID and the new product ID and change globally all of the records that have utilized the old product ID to use the new product ID. We have the assign product photo option here, which allows you to specify, to capture and to save photos for products. Again, that incorporates software and hardware that's available from Business Software Solutions. The software also allows you to set up promotional pricing. The promotional pricing module allows you to define promotional pricing for a single product, to define promotions by a department or a product type, to define promotions by vendor or by any custom filter. When you define promotional pricing, you'll select the product or products that you're assigning the promotional pricing for, and then specify a % that you want that product to be on sale. And then it will calculate the resulting price, and then you specify the date range of the promotion. that pricing will then automatically affect any sales of that product or those products for that price range. And the software also allows you to back up promotions and restore promotions so that if you need to run additional promotions in the meantime you can. There's a clear all and a print promotions option as well. And finally, the software allows you to define specific commission levels for specific products that can be assigned to your salespeople. And again, you can add, modify, or delete those specific commission levels, which consists of selecting a salesperson, selecting a product ID, and then specifying the commission that he receives, whether it's a GPM commission or a gross commission or just a standard amount per unit, which will then be used to calculate commissions when the product is sold. So let's look now at the basic product definition screen. Again, we have the F8 to pick the top, previous, next, bottom, and find to locate the record that we want to work with. Print to print a record, and then we have add, modify, and delete. Add if we want to add a record. Again, we have to define our own product service codes, which would be your SKU or whatever product ID code you want to use. And those have to be automatically assigned. We can modify an existing record then or delete an existing record. Let's go ahead and modify a product so we can take a look at the options that are available. In addition to the standard product code, we also have the ability to store a UPC code. The UPC code is included so that if you have a barcode already on your product or another product number that you want to be able to use to look up the product, the software will automatically utilize that in the customer orders module so that you don't have to print out a separate label with that product ID on it. This may represent a vendor's product ID, but most typically will represent some number that's already printed on a barcode on the product. In the description fields 1 through 3, you can enter whatever description information you want about the product. All 3 lines of description will appear on your invoices, on your purchase orders, etc. We have a department, again with a pick list, so we can select the department that we want to assign that product to, as well as the product type. We can specify whatever product type we want to assign. The unit of measure represents the units that you sell the product in. I'm going to go ahead and make this an each. And then the weight can be used to calculate the total weight of an invoice to assist, or of an order to assist in calculating the shipping costs. The order level will represent the point at which we want to automatically reorder these products. The maximum level indicates the number that we want to build to. So using the order level and the maximum level and the default reorder vendor, we can have the software automatically create orders for this product as we run out of product. And again, once we drop below 10 of these items in inventory, the software will order however many it takes to build us up to 20. So if we dropped to 8, the software could create an order for 12 so that we would build back up to 20. And that is typically through the first reorder vendor, and then any other vendors that we have that we can also get this product from, we can put in the software so that we have that as a reference. Products can be defined as a product or as a service, the primary difference being that products are not our products are stored in inventory and we keep track of an inventory, whereas we don't with services. For each item, you can also have a default cost. Again, this is only the default cost. The software keeps track of the actual cost of your product in the inventory record, but this is the default cost that you receive that product for. And then you have the 5 pricing levels for the product, and each customer is assigned a corresponding price level, and then they will then get the price level out of that price level field when the product is sold to them. Taxable specifies whether or not this is a taxable product, and then you have the pick list. We looked at the pick list group definitions. Each product can be assigned to up to 3 different pick list groups. For the sake of commission, you can specify a unique commission on this product to use to calculate based on the gross profit margin for each salesperson. So if you want to pay commission on this based on the profit when it's sold, then you'd put that amount here. The lead time in days corresponds to how long it takes you typically to get this product from your vendor, and is useful especially in the manufacturing system when you need to figure out how far out you are on a product. The shelf life represents how long you want to keep that product in your inventory. This could be because the product goes bad after a certain number of days, or it could be because you just don't want to have your money tied up in inventory or for whatever reason. The software also includes a shelf life report that will show you which products have exceeded their shelf lives. The software also allows you to define a standard sales account and cost of goods account to use for this product, which would override the system-wide default sales and cost of goods accounts. If you're printing barcodes, you can specify which products you want to print barcodes for by selecting yes or no in the print barcode field. And finally, on the first page, you can specify what the default location in inventory is of this product. And to learn more about inventory locations, take a look at the inventory training modules. On the second page, we have some options for volume pricing, which allow you to specify the volume at which we give specific price breaks. Then in the customer orders module, when you sell a quantity greater than or that falls into one of these categories for volume, then the software will notify you that volume pricing is available and give you the option of selecting the volume pricing. Next, we have some conversion information. The conversion unit of measure would represent the unit that we purchased this from our vendor in. You'll remember that we marked it to be sold as eaches, and perhaps we want to order it from our vendor by the case. The conversion number would be the number of units that we have in our vendor's unit. So in this case, we would have 12 eaches in a case, and the conversion ID would be the vendor's part number when we order that product from the vendor. We have a product picture field, which allows you to specify a picture that's going to be used, that's going to appear. This picture needs to be stored in the pictures subdirectory under BPA. It needs to have a .bmp extension, and then you would enter the name of that file here without the .bmp extension. And finally, on this page, you also have a product notes field, which allows you to enter additional information for that product. On the third page, we have some information that that is attached to our web software. If you're running the integrated e-commerce site with Business Plus Accounting, then this information becomes relevant. And that's the product definition information. Again, add, modify, and delete, and we can hit F3 to save, and then we'll go ahead and exit out of there.